it was more his friends that would
Mm,
approach me and say, you need to change clothes, or
mm.
you should do this, or you should do that. And I'm like, what? If my husband doesn't have a problem, you shouldn't have a problem.
What's up, everybody? My name is Mel, and welcome to Life Coaching by Mel. Here at Life Coaching by Mel, we speak truth regarding the nuclear family. And if you're new to the channel, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you get each and every one of my videos. Hit that like button for me. Hit me in that comment section. Today is going to be an invigorating conversation that I know you want to contribute to. And be sure to share this with at least one person. Let's get into today's topic. The next question is also intended to be left for interpretation. What is the difference in how a single woman dresses and a wife dresses? Kristen.
I feel like it's the same, because what I'm putting out, like the type of man I'm trying to attract, I'm gonna dress the same way single as I would when I, have a husband, because it's like, okay, he's not attracted to how I dress, he's attracted to who I am on the inside. And then I feel like as a married woman, you're still honoring him, because he shouldn't have to be fighting other people off of you because draw so much attention to yourself that you need protection all the time. But guys are guys and everything like that. But no, me personally, I dress how I dress now, and I will continue to dress how I dress when I find somebody. So yeah.
Yep.
No doubt. Free.
Oh, well, I subscribe to if you're gonna show something up top, have the bottom as a single woman, have bottom covered. I'm full disclosure. I am the, high-waisted skinny jeans with my heels and a see-through shirt. That's what I wore last Friday night, and yes, I was revealing up top, but I was completely covered, and it does leave a little bit to the imagination. So, as
Mhm.
a single woman, as a divorced single woman, a mom, I kind of play with, okay, if I'm gonna show some legs, everything else is, I might have a turtleneck on, I might have a sweater. It's just fun. I have a little bit more fun. As a married woman, I would say before I even got married, older cousin of mine that had been married for maybe 20 years at the time, she just sat me down and had conversations about, you want to be a little more modest. You want to, cover yourself up. She's, instilled in me, well, you don't want to, be a old maid, but you do want to make sure you say that for him and have the conversation with him if it's, an event or, just adjust as needed. But, as long as I was dressed and respectful, and like you said, as long as I'm not putting him in a situation where he has to defend my life, then yeah, it's okay to play with it too. But that's I was taught that's for him, and don't be putting all that out there. But I don't know how it will be the next time, so I would say I'm a little bit more in the middle now.
Mhm.
No doubt. Amanda, respect the order. I apologize, but we're going to give to Bridget at this moment because she hadn't talked for a little minute. So, Bridget, take off.
Um, I'm gonna go back to when I was married. um, it wasn't my ex-husband that cared too much about what I wore because I was, I thought I was sexy. I had my little, So it was more his friends that would approach me and say, you need to change clothes, or
Mhm.
you should do this, or you should do that. And I'm like, what? If my husband doesn't have a problem, you shouldn't have a problem. So that was how I felt at that time. But I also think it depends on the husband's confidence. How, because you can't marry a sexy woman and then all of a sudden expect her to be uh, the church mouse. You can't expect that. You just cannot expect that.
Mhm.
No disrespect, in any way, but that's just not who I am. I don't go out dressing sexy, but I feel like I can capture attention if if I choose to, but it depends. I'm just Me personally, I'm not going to marry someone where I have to change who I am.
Mhm. Mhm.
I'm just not.
No doubt.
I'm gonna always respect my husband, and respect who he is, but he has to respect who I am as well.
Mhm.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Tamara.
Um, I think you're probably a little bit more mindful because you have to take him into consideration. We all know how guys are. So
Mm,
like if I'm out with him, I feel sexy, but I'm very mindful of the skin that I'm showing.
mhm.
And I don't want to put him in a situation where he has to step in because a guy does not have self-control. So as a wife, yeah, you do have to move a little bit differently to a degree because you're taking somebody else's safety into consideration. But I dress, the same. He met me in the crop top. He probably gonna die with me in the crop top. Okay.
Yeah.
But I just don't think I think in general as a woman you should want to have a certain class about you and you should operate whether you are single or if you're married. So it's not necessarily about whether you're a wife or if you're not a wife. It's just more about the type of energy and persona you're trying to give off in general as a woman. And I think that's really what it is, more so how is a wife supposed to act and how is a single woman. No, just act like a classy woman, pay it, read the room, understand the event that you're going to, understand who you with, and dress
Right.
accordingly. Like I just I just think that's all it is. So we'll just leave it at that.
If you had your way, would you be buried in the crop top? We're gonna go to
Make it a cute one though. It gotta be a cute one.
Malika.
So I was married for about 15, 16 years. So the time that I was married, I probably was a little bit more modest, only because I had a little bit more weight on me. But if I didn't, I probably would wear the same because he knew who he married. And
Mhm.
I will be respectful and mindful. And like she said, I would read the room and the audience. I know if I went to one of his work events, I'm not going to come in there dressed a
Mhm.
certain type of way.
Right.
So I'll be mindful of that. And of course, I won't ever put him in a situation that I'm just really out there showing way too much skin, dressed like, I'm a sex worker or something of that nature.
Mhm.
So I'm mindful, but I wouldn't completely change my style and aesthetic because I am married. And now, if I decide to get remarried again, this is who I am. I'm pretty transparent, so I don't want to ever pretend that I'm someone that I'm not. But if a conversation ever took place that if he asked me to kind of step it down, I would respect my husband and do so.
Mhm.
Yeah, a little bit, a little bit.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit now, bro. All right, Amanda.
I would just say be who you are. You know what I mean? I don't put up like these facades. Like I don't. I am who I am. So like, if you were attracted to me, then that's just who I am. So don't get with me and try to change me. But like Malika said, there's a certain respect that comes with the husband or potential husband, so I'll make certain adjustments. But
Mhm.
I've had situations where I'm a bodybuilder. I posted certain pictures, you liking and loving the pictures, but then when we get together, then now the pictures are a problem. No, that attracted you.
Mhm. Mhm.
No, that attracted you, so now it can't be a problem now. So I just say be 100% who you are, and I am. I'm 100% who I am. So if you accept that initially, then that's a you problem. If that's not really what you wanted, you know what I mean? So, I mean, if you accepted me and we need to make some adjustments, and I'm willing to do that all day long, but I'm not changing. I'm not changing who I am, but I'm not going to pretend to be somebody I'm not. So then that's something I got to try to keep up. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. So if I'm being 100, you accept me as 100%. So when we take it to the next level, then you try to change. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Adjust. We can make some adjustments,
Right.
but we're not changing. We're not changing what you've already accepted.
Yes.
Mm-mm.
Right.
That sounds like a slogan. Sharitha.
It did.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, since I'm the last one that I guess I think addressed this, I
Joyce.
oh,
Joyce has it.
okay. Well, the majority, I'm just pretty much going to sound like an echo chamber, but I really don't think there's a difference at all. You know, for most women, their creativity is embodied in their style. You know, be it your hair, clothes, accessories. I mean, it's really about where that particular woman's head is. So, and I think, you know, most of you have said that already. You know, is she secure enough with herself to wear certain types of clothing? You know, I've been married twice and I never changed my wardrobe for either husband. I was pretty much like, you know, take me as I am or don't at all. There was no, oh, you know, you're married now, so the dress code has changed. No, 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 no. I have not changed my style. So if I want to rock some tights with a t-shirt and, you know, or as you ladies have said, the crop tops or whatever, you know, I don't know. I think I hung up the crop tops once I crossed the 45-year-old threshold. I'm 51, so there's just some things when you start getting out of shape a little bit when you hit this age. But I have not changed my style, and so you know, I feel like my style of dress attracted you, so there's no difference. I mean, I wouldn't want to pass any judgment based on someone's marital status. I think it's just all about how the woman feels about herself and what she's comfortable in. And a man expecting that to change after the I do's are exchanged is asking for some serious smoke. But yeah, again, we do have to use our judgment, our best judgment, because we have to understand and take into consideration male biology and psychology, and some do not have the ability to separate. They have a part of their brain that kicks in at that in overdrive, you know, and so we do have it's a tough balancing act, but that's it in a nutshell.
Sharitha, if you don't mind, if you don't feel uncomfortable, you don't feel comfortable with this, let me know. But you mind providing a little context to your current marriage that may lead to think that may make you want to change or have to change?
No, actually, I didn't know how much time, you know, we were going to have, but it's an interesting dynamic for me, especially because my husband is Muslim and I'm not, and a lot of people, you know, I mean, I don't follow any particular religion. I'm just more, you know, spiritual, but it's an interesting, you know, twist, because a lot of people's like, are you gonna start wearing the hijab and all this other thing, you know, and covering up? And I was like, did I cover up before him? Like, no, that I'm not changing me. And so that was again the talk and the conversation that was had beforehand. It's like this is who I am, bruh. Like I can't. I'm not going to be jumping through hoops and switching up and changing. It's just that's not going to happen. I was willing to bend certain things early on because I was young and naive, really, really young, and I didn't know any better. But you know, little age do something to you. You know, there's a certain things that you just you feel deep down inside that you have to honor about yourself and what you want to do. And if somebody wants to pass judgment on that, then so be it. But I don't let it slip that away from me, that I still need to remember the world that I live in, right? And men, it's not about feeling like, oh, this man, some women want to dress for that attention. But if you want attention and you're not dressing just because you like what you have on and you feel good in it, you might bring the wrong attention. You're going to bring some attention, but it might not be the attention that you're looking for. So it's a balancing act. But yeah, concerning my husband and my marriage now, that covering up and changing styles and things. No, I meant what I said.
Thank you for that. Thank you so much
Yes,
for that.
yeah. It's just a talk you have to have in the beginning. And if somebody is not okay, if he's not okay with that, sorry, bro. You can go work that out somewhere else. But this is me. This is who I am, and I'm good over here.
Love it. Joy.
Oh my. Um, so I think I'm with everyone in the sense that yes, it's about you. I will give a little bit more, I guess, color to it. Is that if I go off of my Christian background, I've been married before too. Is that the top commandments too, right? Love your Lord your God with all your heart, your mind, all of that, but then love your neighbor as yourself. So the order means I have to love myself first to know how to love my neighbor. So whether you're the mister, it does not matter in the regards that have I loved myself and respected myself first before I start looking to what you want. Yet when you ladies are talking about adjustments, I'm going, what do you mean by you adjust? Because for me, if we're keeping true to ourselves, I think from my point of view, the only adjustment that's left is with our age, like we've said. I'm in my 40s now. I think both parties need to leave room for adjustments based on the evolution, right? As we age, as our bodies change. So even the man could start out wanting you to be very sexy and tomorrow go, no, that's not really what I want my wife to look like. And to leave room for that because he's evolving too. And that's why he's asking that. As long as he's asking politely and having a conversation, not telling you. Same one for the woman too. So I think conversation is crucial in the beginning, but there should be a constant conversation as we grow together, as we evolve together. My exes have wanted me to dress a bit more sexier, and I'm going, to you that's sexier, to me that's uncalled for. But we're having the conversation, right? I think sexy is keeping it in the home. I can dress, I could be Victoria's Secret if you want, I can model and strut that. I don't think that's necessary outside. And if a man feels the need to parade his wife like a trophy outside for others to validate or give him a high five for having this wife, there is a problem there. And that is his problem to resolve and not mine.
Well said. I know we pretty much agreed on that, but do anyone have any response to anyone else's comment? Oh, see, women can get along. Let's move on to
So
our
funny.
last question of the day. What message would you like to share with young girls of today and their family as they navigate through the current standards of modesty? We're going to start with Free.
Stay off social media. Because when I think of how my life went and how a lot of women's life went, we did not get our influence from social media.
Yeah.
We got our influence from a mom or a grandmother or an aunt or a father. We got our influence on how we dressed modestly by people in our lives, not by the world. So
Hmm.
I would say don't get that influence from the world. I agree. Have the conversation with your parents. Have
Yeah.
the conversation with your family members, your school teachers. Talk to people within your sphere of life and keep readjusting to that conversation and the way that looks as you go through life, as you go through the environments. I'm big on, like someone said earlier, read the room, scan the environment and learn and adjust accordingly. But social media and just the world's opinion should not dictate what someone wears. I believe, Amanda, you said if you feel good, if you just wearing it because you want to wear it because you want to wear it.
Mhm.
Don't do it because the world says that's how you should do it.
Yeah.
Lovely. Amanda.
Just what she said. Like it should be all about you. I teach, my daughters that it is. It's all about you. They have the same mother and the same father, but you couldn't tell it because they're all different. And I allow that. I allow that. We don't do social media. But people often ask me, how do you get your kids not to do social media? Because we do so much other stuff. It's an afterthought.
Mhm.
They know it's there, but we draw. I tell them, go Google your favorite artist, your favorite whatever. See what they're wearing. Come up with your own style. So if you're busy doing that, you don't really have time for social media. So I expose them to the same things that I was exposed to. So it puts them in the same position that you all were when you were like your mom, your auntie, you're this person, you're that person. That's who they're looking to for fashion. Now they're still like they have their ear to the street. They know what's going on, but that's not their source. They look at me for fashion. You know what I mean? So it's just, truly allow them to be who they are. But I don't allow the social media thing. But I've never in my house said you can't get on Instagram. I don't have to push that narrative. You know why? Because they're artists and they draw. So they got it. They have drawing tablets. They have every type of pencil. They have sketchbooks. You know what I mean? Whatever they show interest in, I feed into that. So there's no boredom to where they feel like they have to go to that. So I don't even have to say that. I've said it and I've explained why. But in the meantime, I'm providing things, not just to fill time, but that caters to their interests. You know what I mean? So that's what I feel like it's really about. You got to let your kids be who they are. And sometimes that ain't easy because, like, I don't want you to have red locks and wear black all the time. But if that's what you want to do, I let you do that. But guess what? I didn't say anything. I bought the red dye, I bought the black clothes, and then eventually you didn't even wear that anymore. You didn't even want to do that anymore. But if I had pushed that, I still think we would have been in red locks and all black clothes. Let them be who they are. Just structure it.
Nice. Just structured. Nice. Malika.
My message to young ladies and young women is put God first, love yourself.
Definitely.
Most definitely only have people in your universe in your life that value you authentically. Don't sell yourself cheap.
Yeah.
You're priceless. Um, and really just honor who you are and try not to waste your time with people that don't value you. Your time is something you can't get back. And don't beat yourself up over mistakes you made. Just wash your face, start all over. It's a new day. When you know better, you do better. We all fall short.
Mhm.
Yep.
We for Tamara.
Ah, yeah, this is a social media age, so I just it I feel like, girls should have a more understanding of what's appropriate and what's not appropriate based on their age. So definitely take heed to what, your elders are saying, especially the women in the family. We've been there, we know it. We know the reactions we get from the opposite sex. And so when we're telling y'all certain things, it's for a reason, but it's never meant to stifle, your sense of style. Like, you should definitely have fun. That is a form of art to me. Expressing yourself, and expressing yourself does not mean you have to show all skin. Okay, that's not what that means. You should be able to cover yourself and style that bad boy like it's like you just really got it going on. You can play up your curves without necessarily showing everything. Don't let TikTok, Instagram, Facebook make you feel like you have to dress like everybody else. Try to make yourself unique. Don't be like everybody else. You can get inspiration from people, but add your own twist to it. Have fun with clothes. Wear what makes you comfortable. Um, and that's what I'm all about. I wear what makes me comfortable. So
Yeah.
that's all I got.
Good stuff. Bridget.
Um, just be true to yourself, be free, feel free to talk to your parents. I want to go back to Amanda. It seems like you have a great relationship with your girls. I mean, I commend you. They're not on social media, they're artists. And your other daughter, I don't know which one it was,
Straight
but
A students.
I love it. I love it. And she recognized the guy in Walmart. She recognized that he was up to no good. A lot of young girls wouldn't recognize that. So I feel like teenagers today, they don't freely speak to their parents, and parents need to be more open as well, so their kids can feel comfortable and coming to them to talk, to have a real conversation about life, and not sugarcoat everything, or not sugarcoat anything, because this life is not sugarcoated at all. They need to be comfortable in how they dress, how they speak, not feel pressured with people that's at school, their peers at school. Just be who you are. That's it.
Love it. Love it. Well said. Sarita.
Okay, I am very conflicted when it comes to this topic, but to answer the question, I guess is just on the one hand, I feel that women should be free enough, young girls, they should be free enough to express themselves how they want and see fit. But on the other hand, you have to take into account there's inherent danger lurking everywhere. And of course, you guys can hear a theme now with this from all of us saying we have to be careful and mindful. And so I would just say, in light of that, and especially too, that danger could be right within their own home with all the instances of, incest and SA and all of that stuff, which results in the need for young girls to hide or cover themselves as a means of protection. So, I never understood that. That is so weird to me that we now have to cover and protect ourselves from the very men charged with our protection. Go figure that. It's just, it's a bit unsettling, but I keep hammering in at that point because I was a victim of sexual assault before, and I know others that have been. And again, I just wish I had known then what I know now with regard to understanding all of this, male and female nature and biology is so important because dress, men think differently, their brains process differently, very visual, right? I think we all can agree that males are just very visual creatures. Mm-hmm. So it's a balancing act. And to that, that's the advice I would give, be free enough, to do you and express yourself. But keep in mind, there's another side to this being free. Put that in quotes, and, you can't ignore that. And it's great too, like Amanda, I know I don't have any daughters, I have sons. So, I have to go upside their head the way I need to with respecting women and learning to control urges, and if they feel like, you know, they're in situations where they then, you know, I talk to them from that aspect. Their father does.
Well,
But
I appreciate that as a mother of daughters. I appreciate that.
yeah, I do. I don't cover, I know and understand their nature and their biology. And so I address it accordingly. And I don't pretend to act like they're innocent or they don't. I know they're looking, you know, at these women and doing whatever. And, you know, I know. And, you know, I do try to stay on top of that with them and give them the female's perspective inside of what it is that goes down when they let their drive and nature take over. So I'm more concerned about them being the protectors that they have been held in the regard to be. So it kind of starts there. But ladies, continue to do what you're doing with your daughters. That is so important. And but I just want to put emphasis on male nature is so different from female. We can live in a fantasy land all we want in our heads about I'm gonna wear what I want and I don't care what nobody say. We gotta be careful with that.
No doubt. Every time you say male, I'm thinking you're talking about me. Joy.
Oh gosh, I have to say, I don't know how many of you remember when Janet Jackson, I can't remember that video where her midriff, you
Yes.
remember?
Yes.
And everybody's, oh, she was naked. You know, she was cute. And I saw her, I was like, you know, as a kid, I was like, oh my gosh. And then everyone was in an opera. And I'm like, oh my gosh, today she's pressing there going, uh-huh. So it's just interesting how far we've come with showing skin and what that means. And it's kind of sad to me that the aunties and the grandmas, I mean, especially on Instagram, everyone is showing wearing the bikinis. I'm 72, I'm 50, I'm 40, all naked. And so you don't really have the examples that we had growing up as to how you should carry yourself. And it's like, oh, women empowerment. So let's show skin. It's okay. But to your point, Sharita, then there are other consequences. It's not that we're trying to stifle this freedom and the creativity that you have, but there's a balance that needs to go into it. But Mel, I did write a little note, so I'm going to read if you don't mind. So to parents, I said, the exposure to knowledge or the lack thereof of decades ago has changed. The world has become desensitized to decency, respect, and godly love. It is your duty as parent to teach, guide, shelter, and provide the right foundation for your little girl to witness what a loving relationship with herself looks like. Little girl, your body is sacred, royal, one of a kind. Nudity is not empowerment. Exposing yourself for lustful eyes and gratification is not strength. Learning to exude sensuality, confidence, and humility in an uncorrupted or lascivious way is the true superpower. My role is to raise a son that will see your strength, not through indecent displays, but through the eyes of your father. A young woman that needs a partner that will respect her, encourage her ambitions, her calling, and her well being without feeling threatened or the need to control her. One that will cover her, lift her up, and honor her as a daughter of the King of Kings. He cannot do that if he does not do the same for himself, understanding who he is and what role he is to play in your life. And that's my note.
Wow.
Beautiful, beautiful.
That was
Absolutely beautiful.
amazing.
Kristen, wrap us up here.
I feel like that verse, train a child in the way they should go and they won't depart from it. I think that just sums everything up so well, because you're training them and how to dress when they're young. And, you know, they take that with them through adulthood and they respect their bodies as a child. Then they'll respect their bodies and cover themselves up and dress accordingly as adults. And so to the families as well, it's like, okay, the parents be examples, you know, because they're looking up to you, they're seeing how you dress and everything like that. So it's not like, oh, I'm a mom, I'm free, I can do whatever. Like, be an example to that child so that they know what to follow. And yeah, just like deposit that into them while they're young, so that's what they can take with them. When I was in high school, I just remember it was just all these, I don't know the better way to put it, but it was just these ghetto hood girls. And, you know, I was just like, I don't want to be nothing like them. I don't want to dress like them. I don't want to talk like them. You know, if they over here on the left, I'm coming to the right. And so everything started to shift in my mind where I'm just like, I got to be countercultural. And then I had my head in the word. I was reading my Bible. And so I'm just like, okay, whatever is the broad way, like I'm doing what's narrow. Like, and so I know I'm, you know, more on the conservative side, but when you have that foundation on the inside, you know, you it's not just how you dress. It's like you act accordingly. So I think that would help, because it's not focusing on, well, what do I wear? What do I not wear? What line can I cross? What line can I not cross? But just really putting God first. Like, I think, I can't remember who said that, but you know, if you put God first, it's not about clothes. It's just about, you know, letting God direct you on everything. What you wear, how you carry yourself, how you talk to people, you know, just everything, because it's about being classy.
I love it. I love it. Ladies, thank you so much for this amazing conversation. You guys helped me out, if not anyone else, but I'm sure that everyone watching this will be able to gain some type of knowledge and insight in how y'all beautiful but yet crazy minds work. We appreciate this so much. It's been another great show. Thank you so much, audience, for watching this. Hope you guys have a great day. Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Mel. Thank you for joining my channel. Thank you for checking things out here. Oftentimes, we go on people's pages and are like, man, what is going on here? What is the purpose of this channel? So let me be clear. The purpose of this channel is to speak truth regarding the nuclear family. And when I say truth, I'm not saying my truth, not your truth, but the Lord's truth. All about the word, all about the ways and the will of God. What does he have to say about the nuclear family? And I believe the generations of today, whether it be Gen X, millennials, Gen Z, Gen Y, whatever the case may be, I believe now we have a very toxic relationship regarding marriage, regarding family, regarding having children. We're in a toxic dynamic as we speak. And honestly speaking, a lot of the answers that we're looking for in our community, a lot of the cures and a lot of the answers will come from a proper, fulfilled family home. If you go down the line of everyone's individual trauma, there you will find some negligence or some type of issue that they had with their parents. So here on this channel, we address those things head on. We don't place fear in those issues and avoid the topic. We do what Jesus did. And when he said, don't assume that I came for peace, but I came with a sword. I came to turn family members against family members if it means you following me. If you have to cut them off, if you have to address them and have arguments for you to follow me, so be it. And I think at this point in our society, we're at the so be it stage. So here at Life Coaching by Mel, I'm all about bringing healing to that. And the number one way to do that is have honest conversations. So if that's something you like, that's something you're into, that's something you really want to be a part of, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Be sure to comment. Let me know what you think about everything. I do my best to respond as often as I can. I want to hear from you guys. This is not about me. It's about healing our nation, healing our states, healing our cities, healing our community, healing our homes. Love you guys. Take care.
Let's go.